So you can catch it, match it, stash it in the cabinet. Listen to the chorus while let Ivan scratch it. This is real hip hop, we aiming for a classic. And if we can't approach it, screw it, we'll attack it. Catch it, match it, stash it in the cabinet. Listen to the chorus while let Ivan. This is real hip hop, we aiming for a classic. And if we can't approach it, screw it, we'll attack it.
What you know about classic music?
What you know about real hip hop, guys? Anyways,
It's real. What you know about classic music?
what you know about classic?
What do you know about
music?
memes?
What
You got Doge. You got Trollface.
You got Dogecoin.
You got Papega.
Dogecoin. All
Yeah,
Doge.
so hello everybody. It is I, the guy who requested this specific a retro preview, and we are doing Heatwave '98, the one ECW show that was actually pretty fucking fun to watch, especially with the concussion match, which was Tanaka and
Mike Awesome. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Big Tanaka, Big Mike Awesome.
But yes, we're talking about that. But
I'm
what about the host?
surprised.
The host, you're leaving the host hanging. Let him introduce.
Oh, he's the host with the most?
He's the host.
Oh my god, he's the host with the most.
All the most.
Oh, Big Ghost.
Oh god damn it! Oh, he got
yes.
on the camera.
Let's
Oh, it fucking
You can
did
hear
the
him.
stupid
His
bullshit
mic got-
again.
His mic just got.
Oh,
Oh,
what did I
just-
tell you about snowballing dudes?
Just
mic.
hang up. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing another take of this. I ain't doing another.
Oh, that's what you get for
Fucking
snowballing
awesome.
dudes.
That's
Alright,
awesome.
You're good.
Yes.
You're good. Go ahead, Owen.
You see,
yeah,
when
so
you
yeah.
move the spoons in such a way that it completely fucked the frequency.
Yeah, I guess I would be shocked if that's what happened, but you know, technical difficulties, these things happen sometimes. But we're just gonna
Technical
roll right.
difficulties.
We're gonna roll right on to this. Welcome everyone to the Retro Wrestling Review Series. Today,
Said that already.
we're reviewing, as Zero just said, ECW Heatwave 1998. This is kind of a first for me, more specifically. We're going to be revisiting a retro because this isn't the first time we've done this. Obviously, James himself went back and revisited Survivor Series 2002, but this is kind of nostalgia for James and I because the first retro we ever did under this format was ECW Heatwave 1998.
Way back, yeah. Way
It's a
back.
review.
And I was gonna say in this video, it seems like we've upped our technology and everything like that, but then we just had that misstep happen, so I can't say that anymore. So there you go.
Yeah, but you know what? If the misstep happens now, it won't happen later.
Yes.
Well, let's hope so. But anyhow,
I hope it happens later now.
yeah, I think it's gonna happen. But yeah, anyhow, let's just get right into the retro. Zero needs own introduction because he kicked off the retro, and he doesn't need to say why he picked the retro because he already said it. We have the man that makes all my thumbnails for the channel. He's the first ever and only ever WIW champion. Michael X, how are you today?
I'm tired.
I don't blame you. Like life kicks.
I'm also
crap out
black.
of you.
I have to change my image. I'm black now. I have to change
Wait, what?
everything about me.
We never.
When did you
dis-
become?
Bro?
When did you
bro,
become black?
Me and the council hasn't discussed this yet. Mike.
I have black Air Force, George. I have black Air Forces. I could
Council-
absolutely fly.
The council has to have a discussion about this before we.
Listen,
consider
Zero.
your
I'm about
agent.
to do what it do.
Just let him do him. Let him do him.
I'm not gonna do what he do.
Do what it
Do what it
do.
do.
Do what it do.
No, everything's going pretty well. I'm with a girlfriend right now. She's watching me do my stupid ass fucking antics and going, "What is this person that I'm with?"
Why am I dating a retarded motherfucker?
Cracker and cheese.
There you go.
Perfect. That's a soundbite.
Then we have the person that produces all of my content. Legit, every content you see come out of my end is produced by James.
What? You need to so reword that. Holy shit.
Wait, what do you
Holy
say that how you
shit.
said it first time again, but say it slow? I need to hear this shit one more
Pronounce
time.
your letters. We need to hear the
He
vernacular.
He says.
I'll say it. I'll say it again.
Do it.
I said that James produces every ounce of content that comes out of my end. That's what I
That
said.
doesn't sound
That
good
sounds
at all,
like,
bro.
dude, that sounds like that you're letting him gargle cum. Like, that's so fucking bad.
Either
dude.
that or I'm pulling it out of his ass, like literally.
Yeah. So let's.
My man put him in the produce aisle, bro. That shit's crazy.
Milk the cow for everything it's worth. What about the
Let
cow?
me-
You get the milk for free.
Let me reword that.
No, man, no, don't. You already said your
You said too much.
Just reword it. Go ahead, reword it.
No,
Let's
but-
see if you come up with something even worse. Go ahead.
Every YouTube video that I'll make onto the channel will be produced by James. There you go.
There you
a
go.
little bit
Hi.
better.
See,
Hi,
you
I'm
did
busy,
it.
Mickey
All it
Bird.
took was like actually fucking working it out in your head, and you got there. Congrats. Instead of saying some wild ass shit.
I'm
that
pulling
fucking-
content. I am apparently pulling content out of Owen's rear end, everyone. That's how I produce his shows.
And then we have the host that apparently needs to think through how he says things. Owen Finch. That's you know.
My man
fucking
is the
fake
biggest.
Owen.
I think I only butchered. At least I only butchered one intro this time. I usually
This
butcher
time.
like 3 intros. So
Yeah, this time is a fair statement. Okay. Anyway, besides that absolutely redonkulous introduction, yeah, Heatwave.
Yeah, so we were gonna, as I said, Zero picked this show months ago, but we've been so overloaded with videos. We have to get so many retros and just aftershocks and spokes done that we haven't had the time to do this. So I was coming up to New Hampshire, and I finally had the time. So we're like, we're gonna finally get Heatwave done. And luckily, such as seeing this tomorrow on Thursday, NXT decides they're going to do Heatwave this Tuesday. So this is the perfect time to do it because NXT is doing Heatwave. We're going to give a spoiler. NXT is not going to top Heatwave 98. I don't know if they're possible.
No.
And then they do. And then you all look stupid.
No.
Well, they might. They could, there's always a chance. But it's also Shawn Michaels booking NXT, so I wouldn't be hopeful.
That's your NXT, right?
No.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
dude, maybe we should
As
bring
no-
back NXT team.
NXT. Shut the fuck up.
No.
But anyhow,
No.
and the reason,
Let's go.
but yeah, so James and I were considering James was even thinking wait a minute, Owen, we did this in the first retro. There's really no need to revisit this. But then we decided, we have 2 new people on here that went on the first retro that are going to give different and new. Why are you saying unfortunately? You're the one that picked this retro. You're the reason we're here. So,
I always blame the black guy for the white guy's problems.
Oh my god! All right.
but anyhow, yeah, we have 2 new perspectives. And it's gonna be fun to get this done.
Black
so.
perspective, you got a white perspective, bro. This should be
Oreo cookie, let's go, baby!
Whoa.
I can't believe it. He's got the Vitiligo. He's turning re-Vitiligo. He's turning darker and darker every day.
But also, it's gonna be fun to do this again because we actually have a structure. Well, not right now, but we're gonna have a structure. Of how we usually do the retros now. We didn't have that before because it was the first retro. So James and I were just kind of...
We totally fucking butchered that first retro, didn't we? It was just the worst dog shit.
I mean, it wasn't... it's our first one, We were still trying to...
It's fair.
We were still trying to...
All the ones before the graphical changes, we're going to redo.
I don't think all of them. All the ones pre-2017 when they finally found a format on how to do this and all that type of stuff.
That's fair. That's fair.
But anyhow, let's kind of talk about what the state of wrestling was at this time. This is kind of the first time I can say this because I don't think this happens very often. wrestling was in a really big boom period, like at the time. Obviously, now wrestling's kind of going through a boom period again with all the shows getting a lot of views and stuff. But wrestling was in a big boom period at the time. WWF, had really ushered in the Attitude Era, and it finally updated with the times, just pushing the right guy in the main event level and making new shows. WCW, even though shit was about to go south real fast, WCW at least was still really popular mainstream. They were still
and their
producing,
roster was fucking loaded with talent. Like ridiculous.
All three companies had a bunch of shit going on at the same time. It was fucking wild.
Yeah,
New Japan was on its big hiatus as well. All Japan was having some greatest matches of the time.
All time.
Why was New Japan in a hiatus?
New Japan was dealing with the Enochiism kind of like the company.
It was the kicking off of that fucking era,
yeah. So basically, like when the main Enochiism started, it was during the fucking 2000s. That shit was going
yeah,
crazy.
That's fair. That'll be those will be a retro someday. But yeah, like we said, WCW. A little bit of trivia. I think a few weeks later would be Hog Wild '98, and everybody knows kind of that was a shit show. So that's
one of the worst pay-per-views to watch on television ever. Probably awesome to be there, but like the carbon fumes are going to be like next fucking level.
Yeah, but anyhow, WCW though was still on the rise. They were still doing really well at this time. Again, the legs were falling off a little bit, but I think because they were still kind of like at this time, I think at this point they were tied for the number one wrestling promotion. It was either you like WCW, WWF, and then New Japan, like we said, was on a hiatus. AAA was doing fairly well. It was still producing really top talent.
Yeah, AAA and New Japan were in the limelight because of WCW in a way. So, like, they were getting a lot of exposure.
All right. What I'm about to do is I'm about to see who was the champions during this time.
Go for it.
1990.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Titles. Yeah.
Then we have ECW, which was
ECW.
This basically was a show for the hardcore fan base. They were really catering to the hardcore fan base and that extreme 8 over 18 because it was TVMA demographic, and ECW was just doing really good booking wise, and they were just really on fire at this time. And it was really lovely to see. I mean, the only negative you could give to ECW is it didn't cater to the woman sometimes, and sometimes you needed like the woman's touch in there to kind of get it, but that's just wasn't the audience.
Joey Styles got the woman's touch. We'll get to that.
I mean, probably during this time there was some woman's touch, equal rights, but yeah.
All Japan Women's was at a fucking new level. It was crazy.
Yeah, and it's really
All Japan Women's was fucking incredible at the time.
It's a shame too, because WCW, if they actually took it seriously, also was building a very good women's division, but it wasn't getting good viewership, so they canned it.
LOL.
And the ratings just they were dictating everything by that fucking number by that point.
But yeah, I think the best thing about it though is at least wrestling was in a boom period. There was something out there for everybody.
All right, so Zero found them.
All right, so the current WWE champion during 1998, well, when the show happens, was Stone Cold. Stone Cold was and he vacated. Well, they had to vacate the title in September 27th of 1998.
Yeah, that would have been a part of the Deadly Game.
Yeah, goofballs.
Best pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah, that'll be a retro someday.
That's one of the best pay-per-views of all time. Like it's really hard to top.
Well, everything leading up to Foley's title win is what basically took him over the hump of just beating Nitro's ass. Absolutely,
it's fantastic. It's some of the best booking ever.
And for the WCW side, the current champion by the time of Heatwave was Goldberg.
Goldberg, yeah,
was WCW champion.
Yeah.
So that just By the way, that just happened too. So WCW got a big number on TV and everything like that when that
Goldberg
happened,
does a
so.
spear, just then ends up doing a fucking flip and shit for no reason.
Yeah.
And then later on in the year after this show, I think Taz wins the ECW title as the FTW champion. So you all the bald guys,
World, baby.
all the bald badasses get the championships. That was the theme of 1998. Was bald motherfuckers that kicked ass and took names, won the belts.
No hair means more power.
Hey, man,
Yes.
it's so crazy, baby.
There you go.
But yeah, so like all the champions at least made sense at this time. Like we talked about, wrestling was just in a boom period. Well, it wasn't accessible like it is nowadays and stuff. Like obviously you couldn't really watch, anything else but the main three companies unless.
But
like,
that's what made it a boom period.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like every country had their thing going on. And if you wanted to keep up to date with all of it, you had to go find that shit.
Yeah.
And when you did, you had something that was special just for you.
Yeah. So
I think wrestling now is technically in a boom period if you accumulate all the numbers. The problem is there's so much of it that you're basically split ending the audience.
not even so much of it. Not even so much of it. So much accessibility to it. You don't know.
You don't know where to go. You're
Yeah.
just like, where do I go? There's a lot here.
Yeah.
I got this, and I got this. I don't know what to pick.
But anyhow, so I feel like I'll do some cross referencing to the retro we did the first time. I think James and I talked about this, but we really didn't know in the scope of it, like how popular really wrestling was at this time. Like we knew it was popular.
It was, dude. Okay, hold on. I got you like covered really quick. It was on every fucking television in the world.
Yeah.
Yep.
It really
every
was.
Every like publication that was out there, like even Sports Illustrated, was covering pro wrestling. They were treating it like it was a legitimate sport.
Yeah, it was.
Like every week, it was the game of who's doing better in the ratings. I mean, it's less about that now because they did like the Nielsen box is a dead, defunct fucking concept that everybody can agree is, should be gone at this point.
Yeah, or at the very least, Nielsen needs to get with the times of equating streaming numbers and all that shit because there's so many ways you could watch content now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So just wrestling was just absolutely insane at this time, and ECW, like we said, was really that raw wrestling company that like everybody wanted to do well and all that type of stuff, and they were just really making a fit in their own and all that type of stuff. It was just awesome stuff.
A lot of the guys that were made in ECW would be the big stars of WWF and WWE/E later on down the line.
Where
too.
I would disagree. Because it wasn't the big guys that fucking made it in the rest of the companies. It was the guys that showed up for like a weekend.
Yeah, it's
or
weird,
like a couple days.
No, that's
and then
my
they became
point.
big somewhere else. Like Benoit, Eddie, fucking Ray, Psychosis, La Parka, Jushin Thunder Liger, Flying Brian Pillman. These guys were really small in all the companies that they were a part of. Till they went to ECW and were able to get showcased in a higher, in a larger way.
Well, not even just that though, because you look at a lot of the guys that were on this show, Van Dam, Sabu, or maybe to a lesser extent Sabu, but Van Dam.
No, Sabu's fucking big. Everybody goes, I can't wait to watch Sabu in a match.
Sabu,
you know what I mean?
Rob Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, even these guys would have never gotten another look from anybody else, but ECW gave them the platform. The Dudleys wouldn't become who they are without ECW.
We saw what happened when the Fed got their hands on. It's like they did okay, but they're not the same level of,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Design as the Dudleys and ECW. Dudleys and ECW are a bunch of fucking villains. They're the most evil sons of bitches to ever walk into wrestling. It's crazy.
They can be sometimes, yeah. But yeah, I think ECW too was just kind of breaking the mold too of what we would normally see in wrestling. Like, it's basically what everything that the hardcore fans wanted too. And they were taking shots sometimes at the big companies and all that type of stuff, and it was just really good stuff. Yeah, it really did.
Paul Heyman every week was fighting against the network, saying, "Throw me off the air." I mean, eventually did,
Yeah.
but he had the balls to do it.
Yeah, which
Oh,
He
yeah.
got the best out of Terry Funk that he could.
I still
You know?
stand by too. Like that should, like everybody says, ECW never should have been included in the invasion. You had such a built-in story with the network.
ECW should have been the one to be the ones to kick off the invasion because
Exactly.
they were WWE's first invading force.
Yeah,
They showed up on a Monday Night Raw and fucked people up.
And then WWF stole the network of ECW as well.
Mm-hmm. And then there was also the fact that on ECW television, Jerry the King Lawler and a bunch of WWF guys came and fucked up the ECW guys really bad.
Yeah.
The only company that wasn't playing like ball at the time was WCW.
Right.
Yeah. WWE and ECW had a great relationship throughout the 90s.
To the point where they used their own championships with WWF, just replacing the WWF logos.
Yeah, which is awesome. Super funny.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like, I think a lot of people.
Let Zero speak. Go ahead, Zero.
I was about to say that like, whenever I see them have like the fucking world title, the tag team titles, the titles look like the WWE titles.
Yeah.
Which be fucking me up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's wild. Anyway, go ahead, Owen.
But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I think a lot of people kind of ignore the biggest thing was like Vince. In a way, like, was a fan of ECW. Like, I know you wouldn't think so, but he was helping out ECW. He funded ECW for a little bit, helping them out money-wise.
He gave them a lot of money after he heard what happened with the network thing, because he's like, that's not okay.
Yeah, so, like, Vince actually saw ECW as, like, an asset a little bit. Like, he was helping him out during the wars with, Monday Nitro and WCW.
Dude,
it's just
ECW
insane.
Built Chris Jericho. It gave Austin his first beer. Like, we all joke about that promo sometimes, but fucking it's true.
ECW is
without ECW, Austin's nothing.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, their big company frontrunner, is Austin. Without fucking Austin, WWF is nothing.
Yeah.
They would have had The Rock and they would have had Triple H, and that would have been it.
And The Rock and Triple H wouldn't have been nearly as big without Austin helping them elevate them.
No, you need the big kick-ass Texas man who didn't give a shit.
Yeah. But anyhow, that's kind of where wrestling was. It's in probably the best state it's ever been. 98's probably...
I'd say probably the end of 96 till 2000 wrestling's at its best.
Yeah.
I think 98 was like the period where everybody was doing well to a degree.
99, nobody was doing great except for WWF.
Exactly. That's my point.
Going through kind of the financials of the show. Obviously, the date of the show was August 2nd, 1998. So we should have done the show a few weeks ago because we would have, done an anniversary. I think SummerSlam was just in August 2nd this year. So
close enough.
Cool.
Yeah, we're close enough. 2 weeks out? We're fine.
Yeah, the city was in Dayton, Ohio, which is kind of odd. I didn't think Ohio would be kind of like an ECW city, but it definitely is.
Have you seen Ohio?
I haven't. No.
I wonder if
Ohio is the place where you catch rare fucking
Yeah,
I swear to God.
I was gonna say,
it's the fucking evil location with like goblins.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna say, was a young simple man in the audience. It just happens to be
no, but we do know because Jack and Zero were able to find an image of it at one ECW show. A Tony Khan is in the crowd.
Yeah, it was Jericho's last match in ECW.
Yeah, which is fucking wild to think about.
Yeah, Tony Khan talked about it.
30 years later. Tony owns one of the biggest wrestling conglomerates in the world. It's fucking crazy.
Anyway,
so the venue of the show was the Hollow Arena, which is still known as that arena to this day, which is pretty cool because a lot of times when we do the research on arenas, they have changed their name, so it's cool that they're still known as this arena. And the attendance was 4,400. It doesn't sound like the greatest in attendance because we've seen shows that have reached it, but for that arena,
that's 4,400 loyal ass fans.
Right. Yeah, and it's a small venue. The venue was pretty much sold out, so that's really good stuff. And then we have the intro where it kind of shows the commentary and stuff. I have to step away for a second, James. So do you want to just kind of talk about the intro of how how the show starts and everything like that?
How long are you stepping away?
Probably like just a couple, just a couple minutes.
Oh yeah. So basically, the show starts off. First off, okay, huge goddamn crowd. Like going ECW,
Huge
ECW.
pop.
Immediately.
Small crowd, big pop.
Joey Styles in the ring, and he says, "Hello, everyone, and welcome to ECW Heatwave '98." Crowd fucking pops again. They're fucking rowdy from the word go. And then he says, "I'm Joey Styles," gets another pop, and then they just start chanting Joey. Joey's just like, Joey. What? Every time. And it's like, every time, and Joey always talks about it, he's like, even though it happens so often in ECW, I'm not used to people, like, chanting my name. It never is it's such a weird feeling. Because it's like, your whole job of commentary is to get everybody else over, and then you're over. It's just weird. So, he always found it weird every time. You could see it here is like, thank you. You know, like almost half-heartedly thanking the crowd. And then he introduces the franchise Shane Douglas as his color. Him and Francine, oh my God, Francine coming out. Jesus Christ.
Put your dick away.
Jesus.
Mid.
Mid to you? Mid?
Dude, my standard of pro wrestling women is Trish fucking Stratus.
No, but like I'm cool. I'm cool.
That's my standard.
See, I'm cool. I'm cool with Francine though.
You can be cool with whatever. I'm just telling you, mid.
She comes out. Her and Shane Douglas chilling out. You got Shane Douglas with the cast on his arm, and then
big cast boy. And
then he goes, "Cut that fucking music!" And then, you know, Shane goes. Shane and Joey Styles are yucking it up basically, and Joey tries to say, "Champ, you're looking good as always." And then, oh yeah, no, and then like he was promoting the Bam Bam Taz matchup, like saying how Bam Bam was gonna crush Taz and then get the FTW title from him, all that, and then Joey says that remains to be seen, but champ, you're looking great as always. Right after he says that, the crowd is starting to chant at Francine, "Show your tits." Like, no chill in ECW, people. No chill.
I want to suck your delicious mommy milkers.
Why did you
There wouldn't be anything in there, bro. That shit's all plastic.
I was about to say that.
Oh my God, it tastes like wood.
And by the way, like, why did you go Biggie Smalls with it? What the fuck, Owen? Why did you leave? Why did he leave?
Good question. I don't have an answer.
All right, I'm just gonna continue this because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. It is what it is. This show's a goddamn mess anyway. So then,
just like ECW.
So then Joey Styles, "Chip, you're looking great as always," and then fucking Shane goes, "Thanks, Chip, and thanks, Joe. You're not too bad yourself." By the way, Shane Douglas, what the fuck is this look?
I call it Homeless Ohio.
Bro, I like Shane as a promo. I like him as a wrestler. His dress sense sucked. Like, holy fuck.
Dresses like he's from the 90s, right? That's crazy.
No, but like, even 90s standards, bro. Backwards scally cap.
Dude, he's dressed as Stone Cold. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, not even. Dude, it's like if Stone Cold met Ric Flair and then Fusion Hod. And you just get fucking Shane.
So, like, alright, so, like, I'm looking back at the footage, right? It's looking crazy. Long hair, backwards cap, piss yellow shirt, jorts, boots.
Oh yeah, he's ready.
Looking crazy. He's bro.
Gaming.
Yo,
he's got his fucking Dukes of Hazzard look going on here with his boy cut off shorts.
It doesn't like what.
He's gaming. Okay, he's just a big gamer.
No, I'm talking about the belt. At this time, he was world champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the ugliest belt.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's got the belt and he's got that whole thing, and then Joey Styles is like, "Oh, thank you. I got this. I got this suit freshly made. It's freshly made.
Lie again.
It's double-breasted like Francine." And then fucking just straight up, Francine's like, "Yeah, but I bet your fucking double-breasted and cost $5,000 a piece like these." And then just put his face right in between. The crowd pops again, and then Joey just fucking sells this great. By the way, like a geek would. So there you go. Fucking and then I think Joey was gonna respond, "All right," and then they just cut away to the fucking graphic of ECW hyping up Heatwave '98, and it's
Extreme
ECW. And
Championship.
Yeah, it's so good. It's fucking one.
It's a fantastic fucking intro for a show.
It's just the grittiness of the freaking guitars, drums, and everything.
It's so good. It's an iconic fucking theme.
Oh, it's super good. I think it's better than Monday Night Raw.
Like you're looking at me.
Yeah.
You want some trouble?
Do we like this? Is this the better intro than fucking the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor into ECW's original theme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't question my heart. It's the best ECW
Fuck
theme song.
that awful bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Sounded like goddamn whiny ass bullshit fucking rock.
Don't question my heart. I'm still standing there.
They fucking went from... Dude, they had Marilyn Manson's new shit for like all of a month. And then they fucking move. And then they move from that to... I hate it. I hate it.
So what you looking for me? Come on, give me
the greatest ECW theme.
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. I've heard better from ESW, but that's me.
Yeah.
Hey, the ESW dudes.
There you go. So yeah. By the way, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that one. Get the fuck back here, you goddamn motherfucker. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the intro. And then, yeah, then we just kind of get into the first matchup, which is Just Incredible versus Jerry Lynn.
Okay, so
now
homie name is Just Incredible.
Just Incredible, yes.
Fucking play on with words, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, double entendre.
Looks like a fucking rat.
Yeah, we'll get to it, but real quick, I'm gonna pause until fucking Owen gets his fucking skinny fat ass back here.
How does a skinny fat ass?
He has a skinny fat ass because Triple H.
He got a fatty?
No, he's skinny fat ass. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense, James. How do you have a skinny fat?
I don't know. Ask Triple H. Anyway, we'll be back.
Okay.
All right, so
where the fuck are you? Where did you end up? How did you
get your ring?
Teleported, bro.
Get your ring light. All right, here we go.
He has the Nico's power.
Wait. When light, you need the ring light.
Get the ring light. You look so bad.
Homie just teleported, bro. That shit.
All right, I'm pausing again. Goddamn. So, Owen, as a fellow geek with glasses, what did you think of Joey Styles being able to motorboat Francine?
Awesome stuff. You know, it's this is a tough transition because I'm just really annoyed right now. That's why. So,
are you really annoyed?
That's fair.
None of you guys. Just as what's going on.
Listen, bro, you gotta avoid annoyed. Okay, he very loves going after the pizzas, bro.
We'll worry about it later. At least we got a ring light. We're good. Anyway, yes. So
he just came back from the back rooms. Just leave him alone. Bro.
Anyway, so first matchup. Now that we got that the intro shit out of the way, we got Just Incredible versus Jerry Lynn, as we said. we got a rat face snacker versus Jerry Lynn, who's respected. He's cool.
Would you just call him?
So I will talk about the intro. I did like how it introduced the commentaries, the commentators, and I liked obviously that it introduced the champion, and it gave a reason for him to be on the show type of thing. He wasn't just there. And we will talk about it. The commentary for the show, I think, has done very well. Like, even though Shane Douglas is the de facto heel, he doesn't act like a heel commentator. He actually breaks down the matches and calls them matches.
He does a good job. It's actually surprising that they didn't put him on commentary after this.
He's really good at it, actually. I mean, I have a few theories as to probably why he didn't.
Some nitpicks.
The main reason being, if it wasn't Vince Russo having Ric Flair and Shane Douglas in the same place, he was not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's just,
so... And,
which is dumb. I think it's so stupid. I think it's dumb then, and I think it's fucking even stupider now with Punk and the Elite and that bullshit. Back then, like... Just fucking make money with this and stop being fucking Andy Bill.
I don't want.
Can we just like acknowledge how Shane Douglas' theme song is an absolute fucking banger?
Yeah,
it really was.
Baby. It's Chris Dodd's theme.
I love this shit.
There you go.
And you remember my name.
It's good stuff.
It's great.
But yeah, we've done
four screaming whales.
We've done career retrospectives before on Shane Douglas. As for Joey Styles, he would continue to be the main voice of ECW. Then when ECW, went out of business, he joined up with. Well, he didn't join WWF right away. He did the indie route for a little bit,
which was probably the best thing for his career, honestly.
Yeah. And then when ECW got revamped, he did commentary for One Night Stand 05 and 06. He was He was the lead play-by-play guy for ECW. At least for the first 2 years, and then he saw where the direction of ECW was going. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to be like a WWE.com guy now. So I'm just going
to. Probably was the best move for his career, because after a certain point, it's like, bro, they didn't care about him.
Yeah, and then
which is upsetting because he's fantastic.
Yeah,
I even forgot he was the lead play-by-play. He was the lead play-by-play guy on Raw before ECW even came back.
Yeah, they did not like Styles. There was a point also where he left WWE and then went straight to Evolve. And then he made a Donald Trump joke, got canceled for it, which I think is still fucking ridiculous, by the way. But,
And then the woman that comes out with Shane Douglas, I forgot to do the research on her.
Francine
and her gigantic titties.
Yes,
crazy.
Indeed.
It's nuts. Sorry,
Francine is a mom now, essentially.
Okay.
I bet she is.
It's not even that big, bro.
Yeah, I mean they're decent.
I seen bigger.
No shit.
Listen, bro. Nobody can be Hitomi Jacob, but you'll take what you can get at the time.
Nice.
Not just her, but like there's also others. I'm just saying.
Going through the opener though, we had, like you said, hold on, let me just get my notes. Just Incredible with Jason, Nicole Bass, and Chastity versus Jerry Lynn. This was just a great opening match here. The reason for it is they had the feud of the summer where they would exchange victories over each other. Just Incredible, most notably, had defeated Jerry Lynn in a 2 out of 3 falls match at the previous pay-per-view. So this was kind of like the blow-off match here. This match was just absolutely great. Not Just Incredible. Jerry Lynn dominates the match early. He hits a really good drop kick onto him. He hits a really good dive on the outside, where you thought he was just going to completely break his body in half. It was just absolutely insane. And then the heels cheat. Eventually, Just Incredible does a coast-to-coast in the corner. And then he hits a sit-out powerbomb. He was supposed to be on the chair, but it didn't happen exactly the way it was supposed to happen. Jerry Lynn hits his head right on the back of the head. He hit the back of the head right on this chair. It looked pretty brutal. Just Incredible tries to go for the Incredible, but Jerry Lynn gets out of it. He fights back. He hits a really good high cross, sending Just Incredible outside the ring, and hits a really good suicide dive. And then he hits a dive, and he sends himself like completely into the crowd, which was absolutely insane.
Which, by the way, the way he lands, like this is on concrete the whole time. By the way, like he fucking brutalizes him here.
Yeah, and then eventually the heels start to interfere. Jerry Lynn does everything he can to fight them off. He does a really good job of it. He still nearly wins with a Oklahoma roll, but it's not to be. And then eventually he gets knocked out. He gets crotched on the top turnbuckle, and Just Incredible hits a incredible slam off of the second turnbuckle.
It's Tombstone. I don't know why you think it's a slam.
That's what they called it, though. I was about to get to that, like it's a tombstone, but
top rope tombstone, yeah.
Which you didn't see stuff like that happen all the time, and Just Incredible wins the match, and defeats Jerry Lynn, which made all the sense in the world. They were doing a good job, of building up Just Incredible. Jerry Lynn was still
fuck taking that.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
right.
There's a reason you haven't seen a lot of people do that move, because it sucks to take.
There's a reason why we haven't seen Jerry Lynn in a while. Let's just say that.
Not just taking it, by the way. It sucks to give it too, because that can destroy your fucking knees. Like your knees.
Oh, it's not even like destroying your knees. That's the bad part. The impact afterwards,
bro. It's
because you got nowhere left to go once you hit your knees on the ground.
Bro,
yeah, it's.
Go ahead, Zero.
I just want you to know, right after the match, Jerry Lynn is just dead.
Oh yeah,
he was just there. It's fucking done.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too?
He's fucked, bro.
You know what's crazy? The way they kind of blew this off. Wouldn't you want the 2 out of 3 falls match before this? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a wrestling thing. I wasn't gonna do a deep dive into it. I thought this was still personal enough. So
yeah, that's fair.
And we mentioned, because this is ECW. The rules are lenient. There really isn't any rules, but they obviously follow some type of rule.
They follow the basic like pinfalls, submissions win, but there's no fucking count out.
Yeah,
there's no count out.
They still
no
do the heel shtick of like distracting the referee just to get heat. But
I don't think there's even rope breaks in ECW.
No, there is not.
No,
I don't think I've ever seen one. No, wait, no, there is rope break.
No,
there is, because of the ending bit that happens near the end of the fucking night. So there are rope breaks, but no DQ. It's weird.
It's basically just meaning it.
Yeah.
They're
making it up as they go, really.
But this is kind of like, this is a break of the norm. This is kind of when they use, they basically do the WIW method, which obviously you got from ECW, so it's the ECW method, where you can use placed objects pretty much, power bombs onto chairs and things. So that's where I say lead in on the rules type of thing. So that's kind of a cool thing that ECW.
To be fair though, that is like the one thing I think is super sick of no, let's see, I didn't put that on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyhow, this match was great. Great opening here. I gave it 4 stars. I thought both men looked great in this match. Zero, we'll start with you. What did you think of this match? And I don't know if you do star rating, so you could do whatever you do. You could do the 0 rating or whatever.
This was a this was a pretty good foundation of a match. It's really good to start off with something like this, because you gotta get the crowd hype. So why not throw in 2 of your best workers and actually just do some dumb shit?
Yeah.
So
true that.
One thing I would say that I like is that why is there a pin down here? But so it's so lenient. No, like there's a fucking
ADD.
No, I get it.
ADD.
Man, I will slap that with my fucking cock. Shut the fuck up. But
through the fucking laptop? I'd love to see you try that one.
We gotta do that fucking bust a nut challenge,
No,
but anyways,
don't do that.
But I find it pretty hilarious how throughout the whole night you could tell there has to be a winner. So I don't care if you use weapons or anything, as long as they're 1, 2, 3, you're. But what was really hilarious is the one spot that I saw, the avalanche, a tombstone. I would not take that, bro.
No,
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
Nobody would.
I will be pissing and shitting myself just literally taking, because one wrong move, your whole neck is.
Yeah,
But
you got spinal stenosis for the rest of your life.
yeah, so like
Somehow
like
Jerry
I,
Lynn doesn't, which is fucking wild. But
Yeah, like he just. We'll get to that. Even though he was just recently on Dynamite recently, and you wouldn't have even known he's
Yeah.
taking moves like this. I'm pretty sure too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure they sell this really well, because I think they have Jerry Lynn get taken on a stretcher after this. That's what he's saying.
Jerry Lynn was just laid out in the fucking
Yeah, I
ring,
mean,
bro.
it was a great fucking spot. I give this like 3.5, dude. Like, it was a great opener, great fucking action. Like,
I
and
give
a
this an
great
opener
spot.
out of 5.
Huh? You give this a
I
what?
give
Out of
this a
5?
opener. I could give this a Avalanche tombstone.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
And again, is that a good rating or is that a bad rating? Only Zero knows. So, Mike, what did you think of this match and your star rating for
oh,
it?
it's phenomenal for the opener of the night.
Mm.
Already, you get the idea of like they're not fucking around. It's like they learned a lot from Barely Legal. We just watched that a little while ago. Who knows? Maybe a retro in the future. But to see the evolution of going from their first pay-per-view to their next pay-per-view and having a better idea of like how to stuff.
Yeah.
Paul gets it now.
Yeah.
This is where Paul gets it better, and so do the athletes. They completely understand what their job is now.
Yep.
And it's phenomenal. This
Yeah.
fucking opener match, I'd say, is a solid at least 3 to 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's very well put together.
Do you want
And
me
Jerry
to...
Lynn taking a move like that is fucking wild, because I would never do that, dog.
Oh, by the way, that's not the end of the crazy ass moves. By the way, because then the
No,
next match is that.
that's the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
the
get to
beginning of this fucking nightmare fueled like
Oh, by the way,
chiropractor dream match.
that's not even the only fucking move as well. Like, I think the other fucking scary spot was the Hurricane Rana through the table where Incredible almost necks himself on the concrete.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That happened too, yeah.
Bro, having no ring matches is fucking insane concept.
Yeah.
But
It is, but WCW started that, which is very strange.
Yeah, you wouldn't think WCW,
do y'all want to know the star rating that the Wrestling Observer newsletter got?
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Yeah, put it up there because I'm curious.
It is 3.25 stars.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
That's fair.
We're all in like the same boat at the end. We're like, it's above a 3-star match. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it 4 because I thought the opener was excellent. But I think, too, what I liked about this match, too, we just talked about the presentation of the show just because it showed how different ECW was. I think I was going to mention it, but then I wasn't here for the intro. Obviously, the set is what it is. You know, I like the set overall. It looks grungy. The best part about this, because we get annoyed about it nowadays, and, you know, you're seeing it in WWF, one camera shot pretty much. They just stayed in one area. They did some camera shots, but, like, for the most part, there was no, like, a bunch of jump cuts and all this type of stuff that you would see in the WWF or even WCW.
Which is nice because it makes it feel focused.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So
it's the All Japan method of why do 12 camera angles when we could do the exact same shot for 2.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like me personally, I don't give a fuck what the crowd reaction is. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck them. I want to see the match.
I mean, the crowd reaction's even better for this match too. Like they're just in there.
Oh, but you see the crowd the whole time. They don't cut the bullshit.
Yeah,
you get everything.
They were into this show.
Continuing, it led right into the next match.
Beautiful.
It was Lance Storm versus Chris Candido. We'll get to who his manager is in a second because it ties into the match. Obviously, they were at one time a part of the Triple Threat faction with Shane Douglas, and eventually Lance Storm started to break away from the mold. Chris Candido and him started to not see eye to eye as much anymore, and eventually Lance Storm broke away from the faction because Chris Candido was accusing Lance Storm of hitting on his girlfriend and stuff at the time. and eventually it led to him being ousted from the faction. I think too they lost a few tag matches that Lance Storm took the blame for. So and ended up obviously costing Lance Storm his spot in the faction. And Lance Storm was basically gunning for revenge on the entire faction of Triple Threat. And obviously, he started with Chris Candido because obviously he couldn't go after Shane Douglas since he was injured at this time. So, Did you mention, by the way, James, during the intro that like Shane Douglas was injured? That's why he's on. Commentary.
I got that.
Yeah, we got that.
Okay. But yeah, so I will say before we can break down the match, I like the commentary here. This just shows how to do a good commentary because Shane Douglas does act like a heel here, but he actually calls the match. He actually, is pretty unbiased.
He puts on the spots. He tells you it's like this. That's a fucking great move.
Yeah,
he doesn't bullshit. He puts it from the perspective of an athlete looking at this from another perspective, which is really cool.
He calls it like a shoot. Yeah. Like notice how I think one of the calls he said was, notice how he had his legs spread to the other side. That makes it way harder for somebody to kick out of a pinning predicament like that, making him expend more energy. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that we would do in the like stuff when it came to like WIW and shit. Was like we wanted to add that level of like
realism,
intricacy.
Yeah.
That is needed in pro wrestling.
But
you know what you're talking about. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Breaking down the match. Chris Candido comes out with Tammy Lynn Stitch, formerly known as Sunny from the WWF. This was her first big appearance in the company, and everyone. This was a big moment because she wasn't in WWF all that long ago and all that type of stuff. So this was huge. She was dressed in the Lance Storm colors, and they do the ring introductions. Tammy's ring introduction to Chris Candido is really funny. She just basically puts him over and all that type of stuff. It's really funny stuff. Definitely go check it out.
Yeah, you could tell her voice is going into that the
I do drugs.
I do drugs territory.
It
was starting to go here. Like it was starting to get into the voice she currently has now, which is the one that she's using in jail.
Yeah.
She's in jail. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right,
Damn.
so we watch this Dark Side of the Ring.
Vehicular manslaughter.
How many times has she been in jail? How many times has she been in jail? Like what? Is this like the 47th time probably?
I fucking forget.
Oh, not so sunny on those lands. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyhow,
baby, let's go.
The match starts out. At first, Lance Storm's just trying to get his hands on Chris Candido. Chris Candido's kind of taking a breather. He's also got what are those things called that amateur wrestlers wear? The headgear. He's got headgear on because
he's got the high school fucking headgear because his ear was ripped off by Lance Storm.
No, LVD and Sabu actually.
Yeah,
was it RVD and Sabu?
Van Dam and
You're
Sabu.
right. It is
took
RVD
the belts
and
off
Sabu.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, great match.
Yeah.
Great match.
We'll get that has to be a retro someday because I haven't seen it. But yeah, so Lance Storm though eventually just starts out aggressive. He finally he finally starts attacking him aggressively. He eventually gets his hands on him. He throws him into the guardrail. He hits a really good suplex on the outside, and obviously because this is like the barricade and stuff or the floor is exposed, that doesn't feel great. Chris Candido dominates. He hits a really good power bomb into the corner, he just destroys Lance Storm here. He hits a really good flapjack. He hits a really good hot shot, he hits a drop kick out of the ring. He hits a really good superplex. Eventually, Lance Storm able to come back. He hits a really good axe kick onto Chris Candido. He hits a really good spin kick. And he hits a move that's been very synonymous. A lot of people have really gone out of the way to like try to outdo this move. And some have succeeded, some have failed. Where he does a really good plancha, and he lands all the way into the crowd. Like
it was just straight up crossbody,
Fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful looking move.
Fucking
it's crazy.
Goddamn nearly killed himself on the chairs though.
Oh hell yeah! But that's like it was worth it to be in the crowd that night. I would love to have somebody talk about it from their perspective of what it was like to watch this pay-per-view.
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Not like on television in person.
I feel like
to be crazy.
I feel like we would have to get someone though, like that was like sober doing it, not like drunk doing it, because I feel like
No, you got to get them drunk while they're doing it, because then they just lose their minds. Like, I don't remember this exactly, but this is what it felt like fucking crazy.
But eventually, the finish comes when the referee goes down. He really gets taken out with a kick, and Lance Storm goes to go and do a moonsault or some type of move where he has his back to him. We don't know what it was going to be, and Tammy Lynn is about to interfere. At first, she starts feeling Lance Storm's ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's all up in there, and then she's like, and I'm about to crotch you now. Whoop!
Yeah.
Boom.
And then, he's there for a while. Eventually, the ref comes to, and Chris Candido uses this as an opportunity, and this move has been done a lot, and he hits a power bomb off of the top turnbuckle, legit off of the top.
Nobody hits it this beautifully,
Blonde
though.
bombshell.
Nobody hits it this beautifully.
The only one that might top him is
majestic looking.
Yeah, but it's very majestic looking, and then he gets the pin, and Chris Candido gets the victory here. This made all the sense in the world. He got him a lot of heat, and I like this because obviously you would expect Lance Storm just to get his win here, just because Chris Candido isn't obviously the main person in the triple threat, but it gives Lance Storm something to fight for, and they continued this feud. So this was a good first match. I get the match 4 stars. It flowed very nicely, and I thought the right person went over.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Big 4-star boy here. Like this match.
Oh yeah, I'd say like 4 1/4. Because holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that ending.
Yeah,
like fuck me. They killed the move we don't talk about, which is crazy. Storm hits the most beautiful fucking cartwheel splash I have ever seen somebody hit in pro wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's the best looking version. Everybody does the whole big back bump or the big, like, they go for the clothesline. He hits this thing so perfectly, dude. By the time that he lands, he turns around and just slams the dude into the turnbuckle. It's so perfect.
Yeah,
definitely. It was
Storm, dude. No charisma, but incredible wrestler.
I disagree. I always thought the no charisma thing was also bullshit. By the way,
I feel like regardless of what we want to say about that or not, he didn't need charisma. He was so good in the win that he didn't need it.
He didn't.
No, agree. But he has like no fucking charisma. It's crazy.
WCW would like to speak to you.
But
I would disagree, but that's to each their own.
So everyone's giving their star rating. Zero, what did you think of this match? And
this match, but the only rating I would give is on bomb out of freaking 5, because like this shit, like the grittiness, the attitude, and basically just how the match is phenomenal. Like just watching this and seeing how and how the match like just ended.
Okay. Zero. Every time you move your chair like that, that's what's disconnecting your headphones. I'm noticing it more now. Yeah, it just keeps happening. So
So, let me do it this way. All right. So, Blonde Palm Show out of 5. Great match. And what else needs to be said other than that? Lance Storm he's underrated, bro.
So's Chris.
So great.
Candido also, man. I mean,
Candido's
both of them
also
super.
underrated.
Oh, but he's on the fucking juice.
Oh yeah,
Holy
was fuck is he?
Juice,
dude. He is.
you could.
Bro.
He is so jacked to the gills, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I feel like too. You could tell. I mean, I'm not the one when it comes to talk when it comes to bodybuilding and stuff, but I feel like to a guy that in that size should not be that jacked. Maybe a guy can get that jacked, but the way he looked jacked,
you can get that jacked, but you're not going to be able to move the way that you want to, being that huge.
No, not at all.
You got to be on some serious, like you got to be real tonal muscle work to be able to move that he moves.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But yeah, let's continue with the show. New Jack, I'd like to this how they first actually career retrospective. We've done Lance Storm before, so we don't need to do him again. Chris Candido would go on to have like a really decent one in ECW. He would get the the television title a few times and all that type of stuff, and eventually win the tag team titles and such. And then when ECW folded, he eventually just did the Indies for a little bit, and he wrestled in NWA TNA. And yeah, unfortunately, he had a really decent run in NWA TNA, but then lockdown, I believe it was 05, happened, and he took a really bad bump off of his steel cage that required surgery. And I forget exactly because I did the research yesterday.
I think it was. I think the cause of death was accidental overdose on his medication. And something of that nature. I think it was a combination of that and a complication in the surgery that ended his life.
And if y'all watch Dark Side of the Ring, you'll probably understand a whole lot deeper with that shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of other shit he was doing that probably didn't help. No.
I definitely think they said it was blood clots. Like originally, that was believed it was like a blood clog, like originally. But I'll
tell you how the blood clot fucking at him.
Yeah, but definitely
look at him.
But that was a constant like misconception to such a point. I think CM Punk even had the misconception because that was one of the things that like caused him to leave wrestling for a while. But even CM Punk was mistaken because I think like Chris Candido, a family member, even spoke and basically it was everything that James said. It was what the case was. So there you go.
Right.
And obviously TNA paid tribute to him by doing the Chris Candido Tag Team Tournament at NWA TNA, which we talk about at Unbreakable in that retro. So
the Naturals, he actually led them to their first tag title when his last appearance.
I believe his son. Didn't his son like jump the barricade and have a match or something like for like a cup of coffee?
Yeah. It was less said about that, the better.
So
go ahead.
Let me tell you the star rating that won.
Dave Meltzer.
They had
Melts Daver.
And the star rating for this match, I want y'all to guess first.
4.5.
Is that your final guess?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 4.
3.25.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, you know what? We probably shouldn't be guessing 4 stars. Just don't remember this is like an ECW match. I think Dave Meltzer's not big on those types of matches.
Yeah, but you sure about that?
I beg to differ because you're gonna find out real soon.
Yeah, especially lately. He's been rating a lot of hardcore matches 5 stars lately. Anyway.
All right, I hate to do this, but we're gonna speed run some of this show because I got dinner plans at 7:30 and at 6:11, so we're just gonna speed run some of this stuff if that's okay.
Go ahead, yeah.
I apologize, but that's just how it is. So, New Jack is outside cutting a promo. I like the way they cut to this because the commentators don't even mention it a lot. What ends up happening is, they're just breaking down the code, and then they get told they got like footage from earlier in the day. I really liked how they did that. That made it really feel authentic.
It's really funny because I always ask the question, who the person behind the camera just filming all this and going, why am I not getting involved while New Jack's getting his ass beat?
Yeah, that is odd, yeah. But New Jack's cutting a promo. He's cutting a promo about the weapons match that he's supposed to have. It's very New Jack-ish. I really can't really say what he said. Just go watch it. It's very New Jack. He's just talking about who's going to kick the guy's ass and all that type of stuff.
And then fucking Jack Victory comes in and he's like, oh, well, we can get it all right now. We can do this shit right fucking now. And
then the Dudley Boys pull up, and then they just beat the... I like the way they beat the desk, too.
The fact that the crowd never got involved, I mean, holy shit, what's happening?
Yeah, but I like the way this fight was. This actually felt like a fight like you would have seen like in real life, where New Jack is still trying to get shots in, and yes, he's outnumbered, but it's not like over egregious that he gets his ass kicked either type of thing.
You know what?
It's really believable.
And you know what? I believe that this is exactly how the crowd would be. I don't care. Any crowd, if there's a fight that happens, the crowd's going to stand back and watch.
Let me tell you
especially if it's the Dudley Boys, too, type of thing.
Go ahead,
let me tell you something. The fact that Dudley Boys just drive by, stop the car, and start whooping his ass is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Like, they just got to the arena and whooped his ass.
So I like to imagine that they're running like to like a KFC like a fucking McDonald's. Like, is that New Jack?
I know,
Beat his
yeah.
ass.
Pull over,
But yeah,
pull
this,
over, pull over.
But I like this segment here. It got great heat on the Dudleys. I think in real life they had to call the match off because I think James has mentioned this before. New Jack wasn't the best wrestler type of thing, so that's why they did this so that way they could get out of having to do the weapons match type of thing. So.
No, they wanted to have the weapons match. I think it's just.
But they saw the time that they had, and they're like, "Fuck this, we can't do it.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it another time."
I mean, yeah, we essentially did get the weapons match anyways. We'll get to that, but I liked this.
Way
I thought,
better than the way that we got it, but
yeah. But yeah, I liked this. I thought this was a nice way to build anticipation for the main event. It got good heat on the Dudleys, and yeah, this was just great stuff. What did everybody else think of this? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up.
Big thumb.
We'll do career retrospectives on
drive by and shit.
When we get to the main event.
Yeah, when we get to the main event.
That was the plan, anyways.
Oh, the famous Dudley drive-by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the Dudley dog, the 3D, the Dudley drive-by.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then we have Rob Van Dam, Sabu, and Bill Alfonso backstage.
Get the smell out of my ear, bro. I don't want to hear fucking
Bill Alfonso, fuck him.
I
Get rid
don't
of
want
him.
to.
Yeah,
hear
I don't
his
blame
voice.
you. I forgot. This is the one thing I forgot about this show. But anyhow, they're cutting a promo on. Let me just make sure I get the names right.
Jinsei, Shinzaki, and Hayabusa.
Yeah, they're cutting a promo on them. Sorry, my Google Docs obviously was malfunctioning. And the RVD is talking about how he's the greatest champion in all of ECW because at the time, not only is he one half of the ECW World Tag Team Champions, he's also the ECW World Television Champion.
You mean the Wayne Angle belt?
Yeah,
the Intercontinental belts, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's being very
real.
He's being very arrogant here. He's talking about how he's the best in all of ECW. He's even mentioned that he's even beaten Sabu and gave him a few of his losses. And Sabu's basically being silent here. There's points where he's like agreeing with RVD, but there's points where he just looks like he wants to murder RVD. And Bill Alfonso says that they have to pull it together to beat this great Japanese team tonight. And I love it too because Bill Alfonso and RVD are just really hyping this up. And Sabu, just doing.
Sabu's a dead fish in the background in the fucking fish tank.
No,
yeah, that's what he is.
Bill Alfonso's a crazy girl holding the bag and saying, "Wake up, fishy!"
At one point, before we move on from the segment, which is, by the way, is a thumbs up. I think we can all agree it's fun.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
But fucking Van Dam goes, Hakushi! And Bill Alfonso goes, bless you. Like, you fuckers.
Awesome.
You fuckers. Okay. Nice.
Before we keep moving forward, one thing I do want to bring up.
Yeah, before you do. For those who don't understand that reference, Jinsei Shinzaki was Hakushi in the WWF. So there you go.
Yeah, that was the reference. But yeah, good stuff here.
Go ahead, Mike.
When are we ever going to get Rob Van Dam saying again, "I'm not the whole damn show. I'm not the whole effing show.
Yeah,
I'm the whole fucking show." It's incredible.
I think he did that when he turned heel in TNA. Impact Wrestling in 2020. I think he did that. He did do that.
What's the difference?
I don't know. But
you're right there, buddy.
I'm just trying to be relevant, make sure I call it the company that it is today. So, but
what's the difference?
Yeah, good stuff here. I thought clearly RVD was a heel, but you could tell he was just so over that everybody loved him anyways. But I kind of like this dynamic between RVD and Sabu. Weirdly enough, even though this didn't happen yet, this really is. This, I think, is what influenced the Pete Dunne Matt Riddle tag team that becomes a thing in NXT.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Although I think it's a lot different in a lot of ways. But continue.
This was better.
Oh, I would say so. Yeah. Then we had Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka.
Best match of the night.
Yeah, this match. There might be one match for me that tops it, but this match.
That's fine. But for me personally, Mike Awesome, Masato Tanaka, FMW, fucking is here. In ECW, and this match is fantastic from go.
Now, Mike, just so we can get through this quickly, because I'll ramble. Do you want to kind of take us through this match a little bit? And just kind of break it down?
Brother. We're talking about two of the heaviest hitting fucking athletes to ever step out of FMW. These guys are the best in the world at this point. Mike Awesome was one of the longest reigning ECW champions.
Yeah.
One of the last ones as well before he went to WCW. And Tanaka looks like a little boy, but his body looks like it's covered in scars of like a 50-year-old veteran.
Yeah, by the way, both former ECW world champions, which I always forget.
Former ECW world
I
champion,
forget Masato won the ECW title. I do.
I know, a lot of people do, but it's so sick that he did. Not only does this match start off at Go, dude, the fucking chair shots are next level.
Dude.
Yeah.
How about the fact...
My God, dude. My fucking teeth hurt thinking about this match.
For real. Continue on.
But yeah, just this match was... go ahead, Mike.
No, after you.
But yeah, this match is just absolutely insane. You know, I would say it's almost on the level to the One Night Stand match. I probably prefer this match just because I think like a lot went into it. But,
watch them back to back, and you get a better picture.
Yeah, I feel like I have to do that. But yeah, this match is just absolutely excellent. I feel like to the winner's shock. I remember, James, when we did this retro at the time, I was thinking Mike Awesome was going to win this, but that's not what happens. Masato Tanaka wins. And I like how it happens, too, because he hits the a power bomb. I can't call it the Awesome Bomb because it's not Mike Awesome doing it. Through the table on the outside onto Mike Awesome. And then he
no, it's not even a power bomb. It's a shoulder fucking assisted like high cross.
Yeah,
he doesn't power bomb him. He gets him on his shoulder and fucking dunks him out of the ring like he's nothing.
Shane Douglas, great sell on commentary says, "Oh God!"
Yeah, really great stuff.
That was great.
And then eventually, you know, he covers Mike Awesome and he kicks out. And then he hits Mike Awesome with the chair, and Mike Awesome kicks out. And then he finally is able to put him away with a moonsault.
The big fucking run that he starts going for.
No, it's the forearm. It's the forearm that he puts him away with. It's the forearm.
You're right. It is the big forearm that he puts him away with.
I thought he put him on the tornado DDT.
No.
No, he does the tornado DDT. He kicks out, and then he does the forearm, and then
the
but it's like he's just barely able to put him away, type of thing. But this match was wrestled.
Go ahead, Zero. Go ahead.
Let me find this out myself. Hold up, real quick. I'm about to.
I swear it was.
I'm about to find this out together, bro. Because like,
I swear it was the tornado DDT. That's how I thought it ended.
Bro, it has to be.
It was on the two chairs that had to finish it. I remember that was the finish.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely because it was definitely the spinning elbow because he does a DDT on the two chairs. He kicks out, and then it's the spinning elbow that puts.
He does the DDT on the chair, as I see right now. He covers him. And that was the 3.
That was
DDT.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the other things too, Mike Awesome, the innovator of the Taker Dive. Let's go.
Yeah, that was awesome,
dude. When he gets up to the top rope and he goes, "Fuck it." It's incredible. That's the best spot of the entire match.
Oh my!
He gets all the way up, lands perfectly on the top rope, and then just gives the "fuck it" and jumps.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
the chair shots are absurd.
This white man has bunnies, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
dude,
fucking
he's
crazy.
fucking. He's got them shits pumped.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, this match is awesome.
The springboard shoulder tackle.
Simply
springboard shoulder tackle. I love I just love this fucking match. You have to go and watch this for yourself to understand.
Yeah,
watch
definitely.
the whole thing. We could keep talking about it for an hour. Fucking
4 3/4 I'm going
this
with.
Match,
I agree.
I'm calling it a 5. This match is from start to finish. Their 07, their 05 one's better, but this one's still fantastic from start to finish.
Go ahead, Zero.
This match gives me 2 ratings. Big nigga out of 10 and fucking and CTE out of 5. But let me tell y'all the actual rating according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Okay.
And it is a 4.
Oh.
Okay. You know what? I'll accept that.
I can accept that from Dave. That's fine.
Yeah.
As for career retrospectives, real quick, Mike Awesome would eventually, as Mike said, last a little longer in 2000, up until 2000. And then, he would win the belt, and there was that infamous angle where he signed with WCW, but they had to get the belt off him, so they brought in Taz. And then he had a really terrible run in WCW. He was known as the Fat Chick Thriller and that 70s guy. And then obviously, it's really bad. And then eventually he was once WCW ended, he was a part of the WWF and the Invasion angle that was really bad. I don't even think he was on the ECW side. I think it was on WCW's, and it was just really bad. And then he left the company for a period of time. He did the Indies. I think he showed up once at NWA TNA, and then
where they did nothing with him, which is really upsetting.
And then obviously his last big hurrah that he has is when he comes back for the Masato Tanaka match at ECW One Night Stand 05.
Which the One Night Stand match is goated. You go watch it. It's
awesome. And then after that, he in 2007, I believe it was, he passed away due to hating himself. So it's just really sad. We don't really know what led into him doing that. They never really specified.
It's a long career of shit that he just never got the shine that he. It's a lot of things. That's my theory.
That and a lot of shit. The company's not knowing what the fuck they had.
Probably a lot of personal stuff too that people around him probably fucking. I'm glad that they don't bring that out to the public because there's no reason to.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, and then as for Masato Tanaka,
still wrestling.
Yeah,
still fucking wrestling
without a concussion too.
With all the stuff that he's done. That's the best thing we could say about him. He finished out in ECW. He won the belt a few times, and then he did Pro Wrestling Noah, DDT, and he's just really kicking it. I don't think he's ever been in WWE other than that One Night Stand match. I think that's the only.
He don't need to be in WWE, bro.
I think he did. Actually, I'm mistaken. He did one more match in one. I think he was in One Night Stand in a triple threat tag match. I think he did a match there. So
no, that would have been no. His last appearance in WWE was Balls Mahoney when he fought Balls Mahoney and gave zero fucks about that match and just let Balls hit him with the chair and he's like, okay, well that's it for me.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff here. And then Taz cuts a promo. I'm just gonna break down these two segments back to back, and then I'll just have you
heavy.
And he talks about how he's the FTW champion and how it's a mindset. He said that he doesn't care about anything, and he said that he's going to destroy Bam Bam Bigelow tonight as vengeance for what Bam Bam Bigelow did to him. At I believe it was the last pay-per-view, which would have been barely legal when Bam Bam Bigelow put him through the ring and all that type of stuff, and says that he's going to basically knock him out, and then he's going to have his focus on the ECW championship. And then the Dudley Boys cut a promo backstage. It's the entire faction. It's Big Dig Dudley and everybody.
Can you name them all?
Hold on. Let me get my notes. Joe Gertner, Sign Guy Dudley.
I'm glad that you added him as a member of the family. Important. Very important. Biggest member.
Joe Gertner, bro.
By the way, totally didn't look at my notes or anything like that. I knew that off the top of my head. Totally didn't look at my
absolutely,
notes.
absolutely. Yep.
Well.
And then so they cut promos saying that they're going to destroy Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, and Spike Dudley later on in this show. And what happened to New Jack was consequences for messing with the Dudleys. So let's
just put this in perspective as well. Bubba Ray still in. Should I be Southern? Should I not be Southern?
I didn't really get Southern. I got more.
I like that we don't know.
Yeah. I didn't really get Southern from this. I got more so like he was trying to be a preacher than a Southern, to be honest, type of thing.
That's
that goes to his brother. Brother's the Reverend.
Yeah, Reverend Devon, baby.
What does everybody What does everyone think of these promos? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
Fucking anything with the Dudleys is great.
Yeah.
Like, my God,
Joe
during this time they were the show.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you give it a thumbs up, Zero? Both segments.
Joe Gertner is the greatest thing ever, bro.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I love him.
Yeah.
Well.
I should mention, by the way, I forgot to mention this because I wasn't here for the intro. There was a dog match here, It was the Hardcore Chair Swinging Freaks. They defeated the FBI. You can't find this match anywhere, so that's why we didn't cover it. But I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that it happened.
It's one of those everything I've heard is really good. It's just impossible to find.
Yeah.
And before we continue, real quick, I do want to say with Taz, just what's with the strays? I mean, I get Goldberg, I get Austin. It's like, shitting on the authority and their anti-establishment. That's fine. But then why is he fucking calling out Mike Tyson?
Because Mike Tyson showed up in WWF.
He did.
Yeah,
and he's like, especially not that punk Mike Tyson. Like,
and Mike Tyson was a badass at this time too. Like he was really tough.
I think he just won the heavyweight belt back.
1989 till 2003 or 4, Mike is a fucking world destroyer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He didn't end people. He ended their careers.
Yeah.
He never fought the same person twice.
All right, so we're gonna try to break down these next 3 matches. We only have an hour left. Again, I apologize, but it's just kind of what it is.
It's like ECW. We gotta go quick.
ECW World Tag Team Title match. It was RVD and Sabu defending against with Bill Alfonso inside, defending against Hayabusa and Shinzaki. The reason for this match, it was just to showcase the Japanese talent. There was some history here. I believe they said Hayabusa had knocked off Sabu back in Japan, so that's why they were kind of having this match right here. This was kind of a showcase for them. I did like, by the way, because you don't really hear about this much, is that ECW was mentioned in history about Genshi Shinzaki, where they mentioned that he was he wasn't Hayabusa. What was his name in WWE? I forget because I'm trying to do this quick, so my memory is fading. But
some Japanese guy, I don't know.
Yeah, basically he was a different name in WWE. Hakushi, that's what it was. It was Hakushi. I like that ECW brought that up. You didn't really hear companies bring that up.
Shinzaki, by the way. I don't know if you ever talked about him on the show previously. If you can find it, look up his match with Great Muta, where they're a tag team. He's doing the rope. He's doing the rope walk. Muta's doing the exact same thing, but on the outside on the barricade.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome. It's an incredible fucking spot.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And this ECW World Tag Team Title match I thought was great stuff. RVD and Shinzaki start off the match. They do some really good wrestling things where they do some nice chain grapples, and RVD gets his ass kicked at one point, but he's also being like really cocky eventually when he finally gets the offense in. And there's at one point where he's just kind of done with the match for a little bit, so he just tags in Sabu like really cockily too. He's like, "Yeah, why don't you just go in there and take care of this?"
Sabu, big splintering finger, by the way, after he tries to set up a table. Hilarious.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
And never seen him just go, "Oh fuck." Bottom not too bad. Chair shots to the head, not too bad. Little splinter.
Yeah.
It hurts.
What the fuck? He's
awesome.
Shaking his head. It's great.
But the match is just a traditional tag match for a little bit, which I didn't mind too much. I thought you kind of needed that after watching that Masato Tanaka Mike Awesome match. I thought this was a nice cool down match for a little bit, but there's still some nice athletic stuff in this match. Sabu and RVD, they both. RVD hits the guillotine drop first across the barricade, and Sabu does a big dive. He sends himself into the barricade, just into everybody. Like, he nearly hits RVD. I think he hit some fans in there, too. It's really great stuff. And he doesn't screw it up, actually, for a change. He actually gets the timing on the move right, which is good. So, and then the Japanese team get the heat on Sabu for a little bit. They just kind of dominate him. Which is really interesting because you always would have thought RVD and Sabu were meant to be the heels, but I think because they were kind of like an invading force, that's why they were kind of getting the heat type of thing. And
but the whole thing with Rob's gimmick was like, oh, I'm the heel, but it's like what I'm saying is true.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth. I am this fucking good, and it's like he backed it up every week.
Yeah, definitely.
He was so good.
He was so good. He's still that good, dude. He's just a little slower.
Yeah, and then eventually. Go ahead,
Zero.
Now, like I was gonna say, a spot that was fucking ridiculous because it just because homeboy Rob just came out of nowhere. So
Oh yeah, go ahead.
so
Yeah,
so
Teddy
fucking
Blake did.
Sabu did a
Frankensteiner.
yeah, he did a Frankensteiner.
I think
3
that's later in the
seconds.
match. He's not even there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let Owen get there and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that shit was unreal.
But yeah, eventually RVD gets the hot tag. He does his typical RVD moves. He does a really good leg scissors roll up, which was awesome stuff. I always enjoy that. And then the match just spills into chaos. I believe there's at one point, I think this was the spot that Gio was going to mention. Sabu hits a superplex. I believe it's onto
Frankensteiner.
Yeah, I believe it's onto hold on one second. It's on Shinsuke? Okay, I thought it was on Hayabusa, but I guess it was on Shinsuke. And RVD comes up out of nowhere, and he does some type of splash. We don't really know what the splash was.
5-star frog splash from the other side.
Dude, he comes out of fucking where with that?
Yeah.
It was like out of a video game. The fucking button came up to pin. And he's like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it now.
And the reason I say, James, we didn't know it was a 5-star frog splash because we don't actually see him do the frog splash type of thing. So that's why I say we have some type of splash type of thing because it's off camera when he actually does it.
He goes parallel with it. It's great.
And then, we have some, they use some chairs in this match. They set up a table, and RVD gets slammed onto the table. He doesn't go through it because the table's not really set up. It's just kind of like onto the ground.
It broke halfway through, and then they did a splash. Got a near fall. Sabu brings it into a table. And then they both fucking... first off, there was another spot that I think we missed in this. There was a spring...
the rope walk.
Well, no, we covered the rope walk earlier.
I know, but always cover the rope walk.
But there was a fucking... Van Dam hits a fucking springboard Van Dam in there while Sabu's holding up a chair on Hayabusa's face.
That shit was clean.
That was ridiculous.
That was
fucking
clean.
Great. There was a
Van Sarah Connor, if you will.
There was at one point where Sabu hits a gnarly leg lariat. That was cool. But the ending spot is they set him up on a table with just Van Dam kicking the shit out of him to get them set up on this thing. And then they do a double fucking Arabian face crusher through the goddamn table on Jinsei Shinzaki and fucking Hayabusa.
It's awesome. It's the best final spot of the match. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome.
That shit was This match was fucking... Bonkers. I can't even get the words to pick.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
I couldn't... I remember too when James and I reviewed this match, we still couldn't even believe when we did the retro all that time ago back. Like we still couldn't believe it. This match actually leaves such an impression. The thumbnail of this match is the ending spot of the match, actually. So mainly because I couldn't find any footage from this show because it was tough to find online at the time. I think you could find it easier now. But this was absolutely great stuff. So this is kind of like I think James and I talked about this off camera, so we can kind of mention this critique. A lot of people, I think, critiqued this show. It's something. This is like a nitpick. Like, why did sometimes they follow tag rules and stuff like that? The reason I gave for this match is because Japanese, I think, take rules very seriously when it comes to pro wrestling, just kind of any sport that they do. I think that's why Hayabusa and Shinzaki wrestled this like an actual tag match. So they take the out in the sport of professional wrestling so seriously. And then eventually, once it got to that point where they really couldn't anymore. That's why. And like I said, I feel like that's a misconception a lot of people have with ECW. I think they think there was no rules. I think they were just leading on rules. There wasn't necessarily no rules type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
There wasn't really like for ECW, there wasn't really no death match or whatever. There was more into just fucking fight, bro.
Yeah. Get it out of the system.
Exactly. So
just survive. That's all you gotta do.
Everyone mentioned it. I forgot to mention it because I was trying to get through the match as quickly as I possibly could. There is one annoying thing about this match. We'll let Zero or Mike, whoever wants to take it, can take it. Bill Alfonso. I don't think James and I talked about it at the time. Who wants?
I have never in my life wanted to whistle so far up someone.
Dude,
my God.
No, say it again because Discord cut you off. I want you to say that again, please.
Got you. I have never, in the 20 fucking 7 years of my existence wanted to shove a whistle so far up somebody's ass that every time that they belch, it fucking goes off.
Yeah, dude.
Like, Jesus Christ, it is the most annoying fucking gimmick to ever have in pro wrestling.
I don't give a fuck if you were Taz, Van Dam, Sabo. I don't care. It sucked. Sucked then.
It's awful.
Sucks now. It's so garbage, bro. It's one of the worst.
I get why people had it just because it gets good heel heat, but it gets to a point where like it's to the point where it's go away heat because you have to hear it the whole match. I think every spot of the match
fucking match. It overdoes the. It goes over the. It's crazy. It's louder than the commentary.
Yeah, to the point where Styles mentions it, and so does Douglas. Like to the point where it's that annoying.
Whoa.
Theo, how did you feel? How did you feel about the whistle? Were you cool with the whistle, or did you hate the whistle?
I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to wring
him.
his neck. It was so fucking that. It was that annoying.
Yeah,
let's go away.
Shit,
that's. I want to go home and not come back. And
I wanted to rip the whistle and then Psycho Dead the shit out of it, like fucking Jeff Bridges.
Oh yeah,
man, I'll give him a blonde bombshell, but botch it, but I'm gonna botch it on purpose, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Do the freaking Brock Lesnar hardcore Holly spot, just break
God damn.
Put him right to the table back first.
Anyway, that's our thoughts on Mr. Fonzie.
It's awful. It's the worst fucking thing of the whole
match.
That brings it down, at least for me, as a pay-per-view.
That's fair.
I gave this match 4.5 stars. I think it would have been 4 3/4 had it not been for the whistle.
Had it not been for the whistle, yeah.
I gave it like
4.5.
I gave it a 3 3/4.
What did the Observer rate it?
All right, this match gets a 2.
Wait, what?
A 2-star match.
Yeah.
What?
It was 2 stars. I think because of the whistle, really the like, bruh, shut the.
I don't. Yeah.
But
Okay,
damn,
Dave,
2 stars was crazy.
That's a bit low. That's a
2 stars.
And then motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy, but I mean, it was probably not Dave Meltzer, so we can't see.
Yeah.
There's probably something that he saw that we didn't see, or something that he was paying attention. We weren't paying attention to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Or we could just call it as it is and say he's biased a lot of the time.
Dude,
be real.
He's a human being. If you're biased, he wouldn't be a person.
That's fair.
Yeah, so anyhow, going through the career retrospectives real quick. We've done RVD and Sabu. For RVD, you can watch SummerSlam 2002 retro. And for Sabu, the only thing new we can say about him is he showed it back up again on AEW and challenged for the FTW title, so that's a new thing. For Sabu, you can check out TNA Unbreakable 05. And then for Bill Alfonso will continue to be in and out
Unemployed.
of the Yeah, I was just saying.
Unemployed, where he fucking belongs.
Yeah, he was super annoying. He had a good match on ECW.
He's the worst part of the show.
Apparently, he had a good match on ECW with Beulah McGillicuddy of all goddamn people.
Oh wow,
You know,
that's crazy.
I was gonna do this big
Poor
breakdown,
Beulah.
but Mike said it all for us. Unemployed. That's the
Fucking
best.
unemployed. That's where he is, and that's where that ass is. Stay.
There was also let's just get this out of the way now because I don't want to talk because it depresses me. Hayabusa would continue to wrestle in ECW and FMW on and off until he broke his neck in a lion salt, and then he died because of it, and it made me sad.
Yeah,
Thing that we haven't talked about either, the mirror match in that ring.
Yeah.
None of us have brought up yet that Sabu and Hayabusa have the same fucking outfit.
Yeah,
it's crazy. They are almost the exact same skin tone, almost have the exact same scars. It is crazy. You could have had either of them in the gimmick and nobody would have guessed who the fuck's who.
By the way,
it's crazy.
By the way, apparently FMW Brass Knuckle Tag Team Champions, these two, Jinsei and
of course.
Hayabusa.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then as far as Jinsei Shinzaki, he's still wrestling as well to this day.
And he's helped found a couple of wrestling promotions like in Japan and all that type of stuff too. So that's good for him. So
right,
you know,
so there you go.
Good boy, I guess. Right? He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Good boy.
So then we had the semi-main event. It was the and they were billing this as the main event because they didn't think the main event was even going to happen because of what happened earlier. So this was actually built as the main event. It was the ECW death match for the FTW championship. Taz defending his title against Bam Bam Bigelow.
Best match of the night.
Yeah, this is the best match.
Best match of the night. I love Masato taking on fucking Mike Awesome, but this is a genuinely good match.
They're
From start to finish.
so good.
They beat
just
the
for-
shit out of each other.
Just for
dude.
time, Mike, do you want to go through this match? So just because.
Oh,
for
I
time's
mean,
sake?
I'm gonna make it real easy just by using one, brother. Every single punch that he throws, you can hear the word brother.
I mean, fuck you, brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother. But the big moment, at least for me, the moment that made me go watching this match. This is a fantastic match. Is the moment fucking Bammers hits the power bomb on fucking Taz, and Taz gets up, throws the bird at him, and goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that was
I went,
awesome.
"Oh, we're having a good match tonight. Let's go, baby." They hit fucking the shots that they're throwing are like electric. Every single slam feels like it's gonna break the fucking ring. It's incredible, and Shane is just losing his mind on comments.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to be
It's
biased
so
and
good.
couldn't help himself. Yeah, and I love, before we even continue with this as well, can we talk about, before even the match, the promo that Heyman does is great.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
it's
good
great.
at describing the events that led up to that point. I love that style. It only works for ECW. You couldn't do this anywhere else. But for ECW, it fucking worked. And it was great.
Funny thing is, because of VCW, Heyman is still doing this to this day. Like the Bloodline angles, he's downloaded some video package for the Bloodline back. And
It's been great.
You know.
And then there was just in general, like the entrances were fucking like everybody was over. Both guys were super over.
Yeah.
By the way,
Great stuff.
fucking I'm so pissed that out of all the songs they couldn't get the goddamn royalties for, you couldn't get Welcome to the Jungle, really? Like, fucking Bam Bam.
It's at the time. It's fine.
Yeah. Looks like, you know. But yeah, this is fantastic stuff. Obviously, just go watch this match. Go watch the whole, like, why the match happened and everything, too. Like, this is one of those matches you have to go watch for yourself.
I'll break down the big spots. So, like, fucking T-bone through chairs. They're brawling in the crowd. At one point, they get tables. Fucking Bam Bam puts Taz through one. Then Taz T-bone suplexes Bam Bam through another. I remember there was at one point, like, Bam Bam just lawn darted him through the first table. That busted up Taz. Like, he was, like, cut open hard way from that.
It was awesome.
It was great. Like, great Irish whip toss. And then, after all that shit, they're fucking brawling all over the arena yet again. And then they go back towards the ramp. And then Bam Bam's, like, teasing he's going to T-bone suplex Taz into the crowd because at some point during the match...
Gorilla Press.
Gorilla Press, yeah. And at some point, Taz fucking T-boned him during their feud into the fucking chair, so he was trying to return the favor. And if you remember Living Dangerously in the promo package, Taz was put through the goddamn ring.
Yes.
So, as Bam Bam lifts Taz up to do the goddamn military press into the crowd, Spike Dudley style, Taz counters it into a fucking tornado DDT, and they go through the goddamn ramp.
That spot, I've never wanted to jump out of my own skin of how fucking... And they set it up perfectly because you see everyone walking on it all night long.
Yeah.
So you never get that in your brain if that's the spot that they're going to bring. And it looks incredible, dude.
It's so good. And then...
I feel was this the first time, too, something like this happened, by the way, with, like,
Through
someone...
the stage? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it was,
and the crowd went, ECW, they're fucking losing their shit. Shane Douglas...
they did the breaking the ring before the Fed did, which is crazy.
Yes, but like breaking through the ring specifically. And then Shane on commentary says, "They're dead. They're dead." Like screaming, check on Bam Bam. Fuck the hell with Taz. Check on Bam Bam. All that shit. Bam Bam
Yeah.
crawls out of the wreckage, barely even conscious. Taz comes out after I don't even know how long, and he looks unfazed and unscathed, even though he's got blood trickling down his head. Gives the cutthroat sign, Kata Hajime logged in, and then Bam Bam, because he's out of it already after the DDT, he's trying to crawl to the ropes, but he's tapping his hand 3 times. Tap out. Tap out victory. What a fucking way to make both guys look strong at the end of the shit. And then you have Shane losing his shit. He was reaching for the ropes!
And
would
the fact
that
that
have even worked?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would
No,
have.
because they're on the outside of the...
false count anywhere. It was false count anywhere.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. I don't know. That's fair. But, point being, Shane loses his mind, and then Taz says, "Hey, Shane! I'm coming for your belt. Beat me if you can. Survive." And then the crowd says, "If I let you." Fucking Shane losing his shit, throws a goddamn whole TV monitor to the crowd, pretty much.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And he just fucking storms off commentary. It was so great. This match
was fantastic.
5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars.
But yeah, this match was fantastic. And yeah, the thing I liked about it is the heel commentator was like, he was reaching for the ropes. Typically, when the heel commentator says shit like that, it ends up not being true. He was right. He was in the right, but he was just being a dick about it, which made it so much better.
It's so great. It's so good.
This match is awesome. Go ahead, Neil.
Match was literally... We saw the ring spot, Living
Dangerously.
Yeah, but seeing this, it's one thing to have like a similar spot back to back, but the way they did it, crazy.
Yeah,
it's not like another how it was set up, but it's just the fucking intensity of the whole match was just unreal.
Yeah,
phenomenal from start to finish.
Yeah, you could feel the whole hatred and everything. It's crazy, and they just went out and just beat the absolute dog shit at each other. It's fucking it's awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like I give this a fucking spot monkey out of fucking 5 because holy shit.
Even then, like there was psychology, dude. Fucking Bam Bam hits a German and Taz gets up and goes, "Fuck you, brother."
It's awesome.
No, it was the power bomb.
Yeah. That's what it was.
It's so fucking cool, dude. Because I'm like, the only time you're ever gonna get that at the beginning of the match. You did that at any other point, it would be the entire match.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He was.
Mike, what did your star rating for this match? Is it 5?
This match is, in fact, a 5 out of 5.
I guarantee you, Meltzer didn't rate it a 5.
Yeah, what did Meltzer rate it?
Meltzer or
a 4 out of 12.
3 3/4.
Oh my god.
Hey, at least it's not terrible. So.
It's not a terrible grade, but
I think it's because of the crowd fighting. That's probably the go.
I loved the crowd fighting. I thought they didn't walk and brawl, bro. They were beating the piss out of each other on everywhere they were going. There was no walk and brawl to this shit.
But before we get to the main event,
big event.
Yeah, I will say this. I remember, James, when we covered this at the time, we praised it. The thing we didn't praise the most, oh my gosh, did ECW reinvigorate Bam Bam Bigelow's career? Because we've seen...
Oh, he's so fucking good, dude. He's so fucking good.
Dude, this is not too long after, like, his LT bullshit. I can't believe they had him do that.
Yeah.
Like, and then you look at him here, and he's fucking awesome. They call him the best big man in the business. They put him over like huge here.
And yeah, we've done career retrospective for both these guys, so we don't have to do this here. And then the pay-per-view continues.
Yeah, but what's the career retrospective for the Monitor? I'm more interested in what happened with the Monitor. I'll tell you what happened. Are you ready? Here's what happened. The janitor came over and picked up the broken pieces of the Hero Monitor. He put them in the trash can, and he's been at the dump ever since. rotting
piece of
away for
wrestling.
fucking 30 years.
It's a piece of wrestling history. So
Yeah, that should be in
somebody's
a
gonna own it now.
museum, man. That broken monitor. Fuck.
hey, the WWE, what's it called? What
Museum
that
of
museum?
Natural History?
Do they have a museum? I thought it was
Yeah, they
just
do.
in Stanford.
It's
They
the
don't
warehouse.
even own that building no more.
The warehouse. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, the warehouse.
Yeah, whatever.
Where they have
Right.
Undertaker's cape, Kane's cape and Undertaker's ball gag. I don't
Yeah.
dude. There's just a bunch of weird
Right.
shit in there. Vince
But anyhow,
McMahon's chin-up cut of giant, sexy Shawn Michaels.
But anyhow, then let's get to the main event. Before that, Joey Styles is doing a really good job breaking down this main event. He's, really
He
distraught. He's saying that
says the reason why this main event's happening is because of the Dudleys breaking the neck of Bigelow McGillicuddy in front of a helpless Tommy Dreamer.
Cuts
And he
to
made-
shot of Dreamer turning into a whale
Yeah.
and screaming like a whale.
And they even, I like the reason they mentioned this. They even mentioned that, the whole reason that the Dudleys weren't fired or suspended was because Paulie dangerously realized that the big draws. That's totally a Paulie dangerous thing to do, to just keep someone
Joey
around.
Styles was always such an underrated goddamn
He's a
promo,
Judas.
man. He is such an underrated promo, dude. He cuts the best fucking scathing. As a broadcaster, I'm supposed to be unbiased. Fuck that. I'm not going to be unbiased. They can kiss they can kiss my ass. I'm not going to dignify them with anything more than scum. They're the scum of the earth. He just goes off on these guys, and it really puts over their act even more. Which is why I love the Dudley act in ECW, because he really puts over how much of dastardly heels they are.
Yeah.
It's
They
so
were
good.
menaces, bro.
Yeah.
They
So
were
then we had the,
absolute menaces.
Yeah.
We had the street fight. It was Bubba Ray, Devon, and Big Dig
And Big Dick Dudley, yes.
with Joe Gertner, Sign Guy Dudley, and Jeff
Well.
Jones ringside versus Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, and Spike Dudley. The Dudleys faction cut a promo. They basically just rag on all big wrestling companies. They rag on the fans, and they just rag on everyone. We don't have time to get into the logistics of what they say, but it's really great.
Go and watch the Joe Gertner part of the Dudleys promo, because that shit is fucking funny.
I'm here in Dayton, and all the women are masturbating. Gertner.
No, I think it
Yeah.
was, I think, I leave them sore, but they keep coming back for more. Gertner.
And then,
I love Joe Gertner. That's my boy right there.
He's
yeah,
great.
it was awesome. And then, the match is just basically chaos. It does start out as a little bit of a traditional
Oh,
tag match.
it's a New Japan Pro Wrestling group? That's crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they have a
Yeah,
traditional tag match and a goddamn street fight for the first 10 minutes of this, and then they're just fuck that, and then they have a street fight.
I was okay with it though because you needed.
Did anybody have a count for took Yvonne to fucking Blade, or was it just me?
Oh no, he
I think-
bladed
yeah.
early. He
Did you
bladed
keep
early.
count?
Yeah, but yeah, the match
I kept count.
the match is just absolute chaos. You see, everybody does a coast to coast. Even the referee onto Joe Gertner was absolutely
Which is awesome.
Trio Woe dropped.
PWG, baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I love that because, and everybody was like, oh, they had the referee do a spot. It was a great house show spot. And then you forget, no, it's because Joe Gertner insulted the fucking referee's hairdo for not having hair. And he's like, fuck
They
you.
had a
Here's your
they had
receipt,
a-
cunt.
They had a Bueller McGillicuddy like a sex doll, pretty much. That they market they lay out. They lay
Yeah,
out
they had Jeff Jones pile drive the doll.
and then Dream
That's-
And then Dream was like,
piled.
I'm a pile driver your ass now.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
awesome. And then eventually, Spike Dudley gets an out of nowhere win. He hits a splash out of nowhere and just pins Bubba Ray Dudley out of nowhere. It was
I love that it was
awesome.
Spike that got the pin too. The fucking little brother run.
LSD, baby. Little
Yeah,
Spike
buddy.
Dudley.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. Fucking crazy spot where he does the goddamn crossbody from the top of a goddamn rickety ass ladder, dude.
Yeah, I was about to talk
Holy
about
shit.
that.
He
Yeah.
fucking just leaped off the thing too.
But yeah,
What a
this match
great
was
spot.
this match was a brawl. Afterwards, Johnny Victory runs in and just starts laying.
Jack Victory, not Johnny Victory.
No, I was
Joey
thinking of
Mercury runs in.
fucked
No,
up,
I was
man.
missing that because I almost mixed up Johnny Cartwheel with Jack Victory, so that's where the mix-up came in.
That's Jack Cartwheel, bro.
So I still mixed them up. So
Joe Cargill.
Johnny TV, Jack Cartwheel, and Jack Victory somehow all mixed up.
Joey Mercury.
I get, but also in a lust too. So I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible. So yeah, Jack Victory runs in. He starts and the heels start beating up the babyface, and then eventually New Jack music comes out. The crowd blows the roof off this place when New Jack comes out.
Yeah, bro.
And he comes out with a.
We're gonna have that weapons match after all, says Joey, and then fucking just. New Jack's in his element here. The crowd's going nuts. He's got a shopping cart full of shit, and then he just starts wailing people.
I think he wails like.
Then later steal this fucking gimmick.
Wait, who steal this gimmick now?
Raven. He would do the exact same thing in WWE, like not even a few years later when he would get hired.
Yeah. And then eventually, there's one stiff shot like where I thought like he really hit this person. I think it was Devon gets hit hard way.
Yeah, Devon does the wobble cell. Yeah, and then fucking Big Dick Dudley gets tossed over the fucking ropes with the shopping cart. It was basically like a clothesline bomb. And then they fucking hold the stop sign. And I think this is the Jack Victory's nutsack, and then he has a golf club, and then he just brutalizes him, and then fucking New Jack does like a little dance.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So good. And then fucking Sandman, just to be fucking Sandman, gets all three ladders, and Sandman, Dreamer, New Jack, and Spike, who's in the ring still and not climbing up the ladder, all do a fucking pose. It may be the most iconic ending shot of any ECW show ever, is those three on top of the ladders with LSD in the bottom and just posing.
Yeah.
Victory pose and everything. Crowd losing their mind. And then they get down from the fucking ladder, and Dreamer goes, after Joey says, "We're out of time. Thank you for joining us for E-Wave 98. He gets on the mic and says, "It seems like Dayton, Ohio is ECW country." And then that's the end.
Yeah, this was an awesome way to end the show. This match was great. I give it 4 3/4 stars. I thought everybody looked good coming out of it. Yeah, it was just great stuff. What'd you think, Mike?
It's fantastic. It's a great ending to your pay-per-view. Starting off with good-ass wrestling, end it with something that's good for not only the crowd, but for the view.
All right.
Yeah.
Zero, where are you at, bro? Because you got to give your thoughts on this.
Just, James, you go first, just because...
okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Zero.
Oh. Well, let me tell you something. This match was chaos incarnated. What more can we say about this? A lot of bullshit, a lot of freaking weapons, and like, I love how the match starts off as a normal tag, then as it goes on, it just went complete chaos and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it's lovely.
All right, Owen, I'm begging you, if you're gonna rock, don't rock in that chair.
Okay.
But
holy shit, dog.
Continue.
I didn't realize it was that loud.
But I'll be real. When I saw Spike Dudley, I was like, "What?" I was like, "What's Owen doing here?" Fuck.
He kind of does.
Bro.
He kind of does.
Oh,
look
well,
like
thanks
Owen,
for the Photoshop idea.
Yeah, bro. I was like, "What the fuck Owen doing here?"
I'm not even that. Actually, you haven't seen me in person, Zero. I'm actually taller than Spike Dudley. I'm taller than I look. So
yeah. He actually is. Believe it or not. To be fair.
That's crazy. But
Yeah,
holy shit. I was like, bro, what is he doing here? But like, right after the match, New Jack came out of nowhere. When you hear that Natural Born Killers, you're like,
yeah.
Rest in piss, bro.
All I'll say is that the network dub is always sucky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, I've been meaning to ask, what version were y'all watching it?
Peacock.
Damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know.
I watched it on the site that actually has all the
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I found like a joint where like it's not dubbed. It's just
dope.
The literal joint.
Oh yeah, you gotta send me that site. I don't even care. I want the authentic feel of an ECW show.
Yeah, because that's why I was so confused when you were. Oh, he doesn't come out to Welcome to the. For us, they
Yeah.
fucking did.
Yeah, no, for us, we came to we watched the Peacock airing.
Yeah, we saw the actual fucking joint. That shit was fucking crazy. The
Yeah.
grittiness is awesome. Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
It was so fucking crazy. Holy shit balls.
Anyway,
Hey, welcome to crazy scene.
okay, Sinister Minister. Owen, go ahead.
yes,
Where is Abyss? I
Yes,
haven't found my
Tom,
son.
too.
Where is my son? Last time I left him, it was at the grocery store. He's gone. Where is he? Where's my son?
That's more.
Why
Well,
does he
that's more
sell
Joseph.
car insurance?
That's more Joseph. That's more Joseph.
Why
That's more
does
Joseph.
he run park lawyer company?
What the fuck? How come there's so many parks near his house? I looked him up. It just says there's a park next to a park next to a park. Where does he live?
But anyhow, Zero, do you want to give your star rating real quick, and then I'll do the quick career retrospectives.
This was a New Jack out of fucking. Just seeing fucking New Jack, I'm like.
There you
Rest
go.
in peace, New Jack, bro. I miss you.
There you go.
I miss y'all. Crazy
Yeah.
ass, bro.
But anyhow, going through the career retrospectives, we've done Bubba Ray and Devon, so we don't need to do them again. Big Dick Dudley would go on to have a pretty mediocre run in ECW. Afterwards, he got pissed about his spot in the company, so he asked for his release, and he was
And
granted
then he
his
showed
release.
up in XFW.
And yeah, then pretty much he left the business altogether, and yeah, that was kind of it for him. So.
The Juggernaut, by the way, but Dreamer fucking Irish flipped him like he was nothing. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah,
Juggernaut.
Joe Gertner, after the Dudleys left, ECW, will go on to basically take on a Paul E. Dangerously type gimmick, like the exact same gimmick that he did in WCW. And then eventually he became a commentator. He turned babyface, and ironically enough, he has a marketing background now. He's done some marketing for WWE and TNA shows, and he did some marketing. Obviously, he was heavily involved with the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-views. I'm pretty sure he shows up as like a backstage interviewer.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so
I
that's
mean,
good stuff.
Joe is really fucking talented.
Yeah.
Side of ECW shit, which is nice to hear.
Yeah.
And then,
wait, hold on, Zero, go ahead.
There's one more thing you also missing. Well, you probably almost got it. He did appear in TNA.
He did
but
appear in
one
TNA,
hardcore justice show that was just straight ECW.
Bro,
Yeah.
his voice was damn near gone by that point, by the way. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then sign guy Dudley would basically kind of stick around with the Dudleys, and then he didn't really do too much after the Dudleys left ECW, not WWE. And then eventually he just kind of faded away from obscurity.
He would become Lodi in a different life.
Yeah. And then we don't know the career retrospective of Jeff Jones. There's no Wikipedia on him. The thing I don't know.
Jeff, and he was also Jones, and then he was Jones and for Jeff, and Jeff and for Jones.
There was a Jeff Jones that got signed by AEW. I don't know if it's the same guy or not, but
it's Jeff Jones Jr.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
He's Jonesing for a Jeff. He's Jeffing for a Jones.
He's Jeffing for a Jeffy.
Yeah,
He's gonna Jeff himself.
As for
What are you
Tommy
doing?
Dreamer,
I swear to God, y'all guys are making me feel like I just had a stroke. Just saying that shit, bro.
Also, Owen, real quick, how tall are you right now? You're gonna say it.
you want to guess?
5'8".
5'11".
Oh man, you're only like 3. You're only like 3 inches taller than Spike Dudley. You
Whoa.
are Spike Dudley.
Yeah, damn.
Wait, you're 5'11", bro. I'm 5'7".
Oh Jesus, man, you are short. I feel bad, bro.
What the fuck, yo?
But anyhow,
Massachusetts has big boys.
yeah, it does. I may be tall, but I'm not. I'm very skinny though, which isn't the best for everyone.
Anyway,
involved,
continue on.
Tommy Dreamer would continue to be a mainstay in ECW until it folded. He would win the ECW World Title a couple of times. He never had like a long runs with the belt, and then eventually he joined with the WWE as part of the Alliance. That was really bad, and then eventually he was just jobbed out left and right.
Hardcore champion, and also won the ECW champion again in the shitty ECW.
Yeah, and then he did his thing with the ECW brand. They didn't really push him all that much, so he just left. And then he joined TNA,
EV
He
2.0, which sucked.
Yeah.
And then he would do better things later. Ran House Hardcore, came back. He's the president, or was the president of Anthem. I don't know what the hell the deal is now.
Now he's the president of them. He doesn't have the A anymore.
Yeah, actually, he did leave, and then he came back, and he's like a part-time producer and part-time wrestler nowadays. So.
Yes,
and he's showing up on every wrestling promotion you could think of. He was on AEW's first ever show they ever did in the Casino Battle Royal, so that's good for Tommy Dreamer, just doing all that type of stuff. The Sandman, ironically enough, I didn't even know this. He left ECW at one point, and he joined up with WCW. He was a proponent of Raven, and he was like, he was the complete opposite that he was, in ECW. But then eventually he realized that
his attire was I like to wrap myself in
bullshit because he's still a drug addict even in WCW.
Oh, yeah. His gimmick was my attire is barbed wire. Literal
barbed
wire.
Then eventually he left, and then he went back to ECW until it folded, and then
won the ECW title, I think, like 3 times in his last run. I think.
Bro, let me tell you something. How many times this motherfucker won the damn ECW? Right? Because this is fucking unreal.
How many times?
This man won the ECW title 5 times.
Damn.
In his whole career.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so that makes him the most right?
Yes, he has the most reigns, bro.
It doesn't shock me. He was super over.
And then the Sandman eventually once ECW ended, he wrestled in the Indies. He showed up a couple of times in NWA TNA.
He showed up in XPW. Less said about that,
Payday.
I think he was in CCW for a bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
he went back to WWE, and funny story about his WWE run, right? Apparently, if you look back how he was in ECW and him in WWE, he looked different. His body was better. Like he was he was at his peak.
Yeah.
And
then they just push
WWE.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stupid.
They didn't push him at all. Here's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
He comes into the ECW relaunch, right? Now, number one, ECW One Night Stand 05, iconic entrance. Everybody's fucking over with Sandman. They love his theme.
Over like Rover.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give him they don't even give him Metallica and or Motorhead's version of his theme song of Enter the Sandman.
Yeah.
And he comes out to
that ugly ass song, bro.
Yeah. And then fucking just decided I'm gonna hit Eugene, and I'm gonna hit a zombie, Nacho Libre, and then Matt Stryker, and then Mike Knox, and then Carlito. Why am I here again?
Yeah, it's weird. And then eventually he left the promotion, and then he worked the Indies some more. He wrestled in TNA with EV 2.0, then that sucked, and now he just wrestles the Indies pretty much. And then I don't remember where, but I know for a fact that we done a career with respect to Spike Dudley. I'm pretty sure it's SummerSlam of 2003, because I'm pretty sure that's where he showed up.
He's awesome.
Got fucked up by Brock. That shit was hard.
Yeah, he did.
Brock destroyed.
And then we have to go back real quick and do a quick career perspective on Just Incredible. Eventually, after his match in the opener, formed TNA, and he eventually became a tag team. They won the belts a few times.
Formed TNA? You mean the Impact players?
Same thing, because
no, it's not.
Well, Mike said it's the same thing earlier, so you know
it's the same thing. It's literally the exact same fucking.
That's an ugly ass thing, bro.
Yeah, they won the belts a few times. Eventually, once ECW folded after he won the ECW World Title a couple times, he was brought in as part of the Invasion. That sucked. And then he did the Indies for a bit. He was brought in as enhancement talent.
Which also sucked.
Yeah. And then he was brought in as enhancement talent when ECW rebranded. That sucked. And then he left, and now he just wrestles the Indies. And I think he retired.
From what I know, at least.
No, he was called to be a part of ECW.
I don't get the Danhausen gimmick.
Wait, what happened?
What?
He said, and I quote in a interview, this is at least 3 years ago, he goes, I don't get the Danhausen never.
You keep
I don't
cutting
get the
out.
Danhausen, I never
You
will.
Fucking times have changed, huh?
You keep cutting out, Mike. I don't get the Danhausen gimmick. What?
I got it. No, I got it. Hold on 2 seconds. I got to turn off the AC. What he said in a shoot interview, like this is like 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I don't get the Danhausen gimmick. This thing will never get over."
And it did.
Oh yeah, and it did.
And it's the most over fucking stupid gimmick ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And then as for Jason, after his run kind of faded in ECW, he just wrestled the Indies and he retired recently. Nicole Bass redone and Chastity, just basically, just hung around and stuff. So there you go.
What a career retrospective. She hung around and shit.
Well, we're running out of time, so that's why it's not very long. James, do you want to do a quick one on Jerry Lynn? Because Jerry Lynn,
Jerry Lynn. He's Jerry Lynn. Do you want a quick one? He's Jerry Lynn. He went to the WWF, and then he went to TNA, and then he went to TNA again, and then the Indies, and then TNA, retired on the Indies.
And now he's a big part of
producer.
AEW.
He's a producer.
He producer, man.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And now, do you want me to do a retrospective check?
Yeah,
my take.
Yeah, just take. Yeah, you do
New
your
Jack
take.
New Jack, right after ECW.
Oh, god damn it, Zero! It's doing that stupid thing with the headphones. Yeah.
All right.
So what's time too?
So yeah, New Jack left. He went to XPW just for 2 things: the money and the porn. So no, this is what he literally said.
Yeah.
So then he nearly killed Vic Grimes. He did show up in CZW once for Cage of Death, and he just become a massive twat. He nearly killed a few other people, and he laughed about it. And then he went back to he was in TNA. He went back to TNA years later for the one night only thing, and then after that he was just fucking around all over the place, and now he's dead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. Oh,
yeah, he was here, everywhere. And now he's in the grave.
Yeah, that's how. That's all humans, by the way, for the most. Well, unless you get creamy.
I will say I have a little bit more.
Oh, now he's everywhere now.
Yeah, that's true. I will say I have a little bit more sympathy for New Jack only in the fact that
he was entertaining.
He was entertaining, but he also had a lot of fucking brain issues as well. Now, besides the cocaine that he did on his own volition, I'm talking concussions and shit did not help.
Bums away.
So and then does anybody have a quick career retrospective? Because I forgot he was on the show, so I didn't look him up on Jack Victory.
No, who gives a fuck about Jack Victory?
Oh, I got what happened. Right? So here's what happens to Jack Victory, right? Okay. Jack Victory leaves ECW, and then he goes to the Indies, and then we never hear about him ever.
Yep.
There you go.
He does fuck all after ECW. He may show up in CZW once in a while. Stuff with fucking New Jack, but New Jack tried to kill him 4 different times.
You think he showed up in CCW? I don't even think XPW would have taken him. He probably in IWA Mid-South with fucking Ian Rollins.
Incorrect, James. You know where he was? He was at the Baskin Robbins getting ice cream. That's where he was.
That's fair.
All right, so we're gonna do something new because I have to leave and get ready. So I'm gonna do my letter grade for plugs. And I'll just say this: watch Wrestle Kingdom 12 Retro tomorrow, and I'll say my plugs there. My letter grade is an S rank. This show is scale breaking. I think this show is absolutely wonderful. It is one of the best shows ever.
What do you mean you have to rush? You don't have to rush. You said 7:30.
Well, I gotta get ready though. It's 7:17. So
yeah, but don't rush completely. We're all gonna give our letter grades. We'll be fine. Okay, so stay on until I can at least go to the outro. Continue though, as you were saying. No. So S rank, you said.
Yeah, S rank.
Okay, yeah, same with me. I love this show. Actually, no. Okay, so after thinking about it, I would rank it in an S. Bill Alfonso ruined it for me, so I'm gonna give it an A+. Fuck you, Bill. You're a bitch.
I'm not gonna let Bill ruin my enjoyment. We can't let him bring down my positivity.
I'll give it an S. No, I'll give it an S. I will say if you want to keep that S rank though, put that shit on mute. When it comes to Bill Alfonso, that's all I'll say. Or somehow Moasis the fuck out of it. Zero. What do you give the show rating?
I give the show a fucking I give the show a fucking ECW out of 10. This shit was.
That's not a letter grade. That's well, actually, I guess ECW.
No, it has letters in it.
Yeah, you're right.
And it is a grade.
It is a grade.
Yeah. Mike, what about you?
I think it's an A+. I think it's a very good show. I wouldn't call it an S. There's some like bits that drag on for a little too long, or stuff that speeds up a little too quickly.
I'm with you on that, honestly.
It's a good show. I wouldn't call it an S.
A+ for me.
S means it's like it's fucking god tier good. It's good. It's not that good.
I wanted to give it an S so bad, but the more I think about Bill Alfonso blowing that fucking whistle, the more I want to wring his neck. So.
Well, it's not even the Bill Alfonso thing. There's just some stuff that's like, this could have been done a little bit better.
Yeah, but
that's fair. Yeah.
Main event.
Yeah, a little bit.
The main event's kind of a fucking shit
Tommy
show.
Dreamer walking and brawling over chairs is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was,
we didn't even get to mention the beer thing. That's the best part.
Oh yeah, the beer entrance where fucking Sandman's crushing his head.
Sandman's smashing the beer in his head and drenching. Tommy puts some beer in a cup and hands it to a fan, and then Spike drinks a little bit of it, but it gets all over his shirt, and then he hits himself in the head with the can and fucking concusses himself.
That's the funniest
That's
shit.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really good shot.
Yeah, that's great shit. Yeah. There you go. Now we covered it. So yeah, here is the plugs. I'll just get it. Wrestle Kingdom 12 tomorrow. I'll almost say all the plugs there. As far as everything else goes, here's what I recommend. Okay, we're gonna just say, go to the FTW main hub and subscribe to everybody there and hit the post notification bell, and that way you're notified on what else is coming up. Okay, that's what you should do. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Shit, go to my. If you want to see my shit, 0channel-0, and then that's all my shit.
And color TV, and then
go to the channel section, then there's color TV.
And then also Meltzer Mondays, Michael X, Zero, and Jack, and Nikos when he's not in Greece. They do Meltzer Monday. It's fun. It's great. It's twitch.tv/Farlord Kuzan, and also Michael X is doing gameplay. I think. Michael X.
I'm going to be back on that very soon.
Yeah, Michael X 2099, correct?
Just Michael X _WYW.
Oh, Michael X _WYW. Okay, cool. And with that being said, and do your catchphrase.
And since it's being recorded in the past, we will talk to you guys in the future.
We doing all the classics, you heard it, then I grabbed it. Flow like Method Man, then run like I'm Rabbit. Soon as I hear the bass line, it be my FaceTime. Music's in my veins, so just in case I'm without my iPod or a media player, I'll check my